Hey, soul seekers, it is intuitive energy healer Kathy Weiss here. Welcome to this week's episode of Monday Messages. I'm coming to you live from my reading room here on the central coast of California, and I'm just so excited to be here today. There's a lot of things I want to talk to you about, but really, the most important thing today is that there is this building of energy and a building of momentum. And we're going to talk a little bit about that today. So, for those of you who are new to me or to working with someone like me, let me just make sure you understand. So, I am a highly sensitive, intuitive, and clairvoyant. As someone who is highly sensitive, that means I can pick up on the energy and the vibration of the collective, things that are happening for a lot of us at the same time, as well as individuals. And my work is very present moment. Like I can feel the energy and the vibrations that are happening now, and I'm able to interpret those, channel and receive healing messages and action step type guidance to help move you forward from wherever you are in life, so you feel a greater sense of peace. You feel like you can get out of your own way a little bit and start to move in the direction that your heart and your soul is calling you. And so today, before I choose a winner to receive a free intuitive reading today, what I was feeling this morning was that I was going to be channeling a message for all of us right at the top of this video. And it's a little bit for me like, oh gosh, like right now I'm gonna do it, because I had no idea what's going to come through. And so we're just gonna trust that as I tune in and I listen and we can hear the gorgeous wind chimes outside, that this rising energy is something that's really positive. But for those of us who are not used to really understanding energy or tapping into energy or working with it in any way, that what happens when energy starts to rise is that some of us feel anxiety, or we start to feel nervous and we aren't quite sure what's going on, except that we just feel really anxious. And the trouble with the anxiety is, what I'm hearing is that it's sort of, there's fear, and fear sort of shuts down your ability to step into the forward momentum and into whatever it is that you're calling to you. And so, what I'm hearing, guys, is that the energy is really rising in a very positive and beneficial way right now. And for all of us to look at that or feel that with a great sense of expectation. So, we're being invited to feel like there is a big, fat, giant gift sitting right in front of us, like a big Christmas gift or a birthday present. And it's all wrapped up with a pretty bow on top, and for you to start to feel like, oh my goodness, I cannot wait to open this present. And when you do open this present, it's going to be like, oh, this is exactly what I have always wanted. Oh my goodness, I'm so thrilled and delighted. Okay, so in this rising energy, as you're feeling anything other than eager and excited and full of anticipation, keep coming back to this idea that there is a big fat present waiting for you to open it, and that it's a good thing. Okay, the energy that's coming up right now is a really, 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 really good thing. I'm just listening. Okay, yeah, I'm hearing that part of the message is complete. And the other thing that you need to know is we're about to make a seasonal energy shift. And as we move towards spring, people get really excited because it's like, oh, the days are getting lighter and longer and a little bit warmer. But it's a sneaky time of year because often a lot of us also end up feeling like we're really stuck and we're slogging through the mud and we just can't seem to get anywhere, and we feel like there's something wrong with us. And so, if in this mix of rising energy, you are also feeling like a kind of down or kind of confused, or like you keep getting in your own way about certain things in your life, that's when you're going to reach out to me and we're going to have a one on one conversation, because My gift is to hear what it is that's kind of preventing you from moving forward or getting out of your way, and to give you not only healing messages, but really specific action steps of how you can move forward. So you can always comment here. You can reach out to me on my website, which is kathy-weiss.com. So now it is time to choose someone to be our winner for this week's free live intuitive reading. And as I select someone, even if it's not you guys, there's always like hidden sneaky messages in here for everybody who's watching. So even if your name doesn't come out, stick with me because there's going to be good stuff in here for you. And at any time, questions or comments, shoot them right down there for me. Right before I do, I'm hearing to let you know what I've got going on down here. So this is a purple cat's eye, which is to help strengthen the mind. And over here, this is a rare green African quartz, which is about quieting the mind. So we've got a lot of energy going on today to soothe and focus. And this guy right here in the middle is all about prosperity. And I feel like it's really like drawing in that focused energy for you today. So let's see who's going to win. I always ask that the right person come out for the right reason. Always close my eyes so that I can feel the right person. Hang on. I want to make sure. No. I had it. And let me go back. It's this. It was. Ew. I had it. Hang on. I got to go back and find it because it was there and now it's gone. It's there it is. Okay, here we go. Leslie, hey Leslie, congratulations. Thanks for shouting out and putting your name in the cup this week. Leslie, so interesting today. And as I get into reading this for you, you might have to help me out a little bit. So if you're watching live, jump in. And even if you're watching later and you see me like going, I'm not quite sure what this is, would you still comment and let us know and help me untangle your reading a little bit? Because here's the thing, guys. I always just write down, I write some notes for you, whether you're having a mini reading like this or a full page or even longer reading. I just write down what I'm seeing and hearing, and I trust that you will understand even if I don't. And today was definitely one of those ones for you, Leslie, where I was like, you're going to get this even though I don't. So right away, I kept hearing like baker, baker, like over and over. I just kept hearing baker. And then it was like, he's a baker or Barker. Is it Barker? Or is it Baker? And it kind of kept going back and forth. It was like Barker, Baker, Barker, Baker. Um, and then when I kept hearing the Barker, first of all, my mind wanted to think of Bob Barker, and I'm like, that's silly, because I know that that's not what this is about. And then it kept saying Barker, and I was like, oh, is there something about a dog? And really loud, I heard yes. So I have no idea what it is about the dog, but yes. And it said he's the one. And so again, like this message to me is so like I have no idea if you're thinking about getting a dog, if somebody else has a dog they want to give away, or what the word baker even has to do with it, or maybe if that's the dog's name, or I literally have no idea. But when I asked, is it about the dog? The answer is yes, and like really strongly yes. So whatever it is about the dog, hear that the answer is yes. And then my mind wanted to think, well, is it a boxer? I literally don't know. Maybe if what I was supposed to be hearing was boxer instead of Baker or Barker. Um, but the answer is yes. So there you go. And it was a really short message for you. He's the one. So what I'm going to do, everybody, is shuffle this deck of cards. And what I have here is Women's Bodies, Women's Wisdom by Christiane Northrup. Lovely deck, super inspirational. So remember, when we are using oracle cards or even tarot cards, they are not fortune tellers. They're nothing magical about them other than what they do is they help us tap into our own intuition and help us look at our life or a situation in our life from a different perspective and kind of get out of our thinking mind so much and our intuition, which is more of our guidance system. Hey, Allie, thanks for tuning in. So I'm just going to shuffle up the deck. And when I do work with people live in person, whether they're in the same room with me or we meet on a digital platform, they get to decide where in the deck the card is. Oh my goodness, guys, did you see it slide like that when I was talking? So I know that that's where we were supposed to split the deck and that this is going to be Leslie's card. And Leslie, what it says is nurturance and self-care, active versus passive. And so when you take a look at a card, there's a couple things. You can look at the image and see if there's anything that jumps out at you or that speaks to you, or sometimes it has to do more with the words and they sort of jump out at you and think of something. So for me, when I see her, it's like she's floating both in the sky, but yet there's like bubbles and water around her, right? So you can see there's like clouds and she's like floating, but then in front of her, maybe if you can see a little bit closer, there's also some bubbles like she's underwater. And so it's sort of that like active versus passive. I'm going to get the guidebook and see what it says, but I feel like that this is like surrender and accepting of the situation, whether it's around a dog or the dog is symbolic for you. Um, it's like you have to actively participate, but then also surrender into what's going to happen. So let me peek into the guidebook on this one because I want to make sure we really understand the messages that are coming through with this card today. And oh, she is, oh, sorry, I looked at the wrong number. She's number 7. Here we go. So, in order to care for yourself optimally, you must know what you need, and you must also be willing to meet this need yourself if others can't provide it for you. So, ask yourself, what do I need? Am I willing to do what it takes to get it for myself? And then ask for your want directly, because realize that the answer might be no. Okay, so I'm just listening, and it sounds like it around this. I again, I keep hearing like Baker Barker, Baker Barker. So around this idea, I think what this card is really asking of you is that are you willing to do what you need to around this situation? Are you willing to do what it takes to resolve it or to satisfy the itch, is what I'm hearing? That really it comes down to you and no one else, and that you need to be willing to step in. And if you're not, that's okay. Like, hear that. Sometimes when we ask ourselves the question, am I willing to do the work? Am I willing to do what it takes to resolve the situation or handle the situation? If the answer is no, that's okay. And then you realize that there's going to need to be a different solution. And goodness gracious, Leslie, I do not know why. Every time I start to talk about it, I hear Baker and Barker. So, whatever it is, I really hope you tell me because it's kind of like giving me a giggle that it keeps coming up and I don't even know what it is. Um, but that if you're not willing to do the work, it's okay to surrender that to someone else or to say no to the situation completely because it sounds like it's either you and this is all you, and you can't depend on other people for this situation, or else it's not. And I heard like, and so give it up, but not in a negative way, not like, oh, give up, but to realize like this dream or this idea or this situation right now isn't the greatest timing and that that's okay because I'm hearing this situation will return if right now isn't the right time. But if it is the right time, then just be willing to do your part, which is going to be the vast majority of the work or the attention that it needs. And I'm hearing this message is complete. So I'm sure that I nailed it right on the head, even though this is one of those ones where I'm kind of like, yeah, I don't really know what's going on with you, but you do. And that's all that matters, guys. No matter what, know that I trust that what comes up is going to help and serve you, even if it doesn't make sense to me. Um, and that all good stuff is flowing through me to you. Heads up, guys. Next week, Monday Messages is coming to you live from the Hawaiian island of Oahu. I'm pretty sure I'm still going to be doing it at 12:30 Pacific, but check over here on Facebook at Lightworker Kathy Weiss to make sure that that is the time. You will get to shout out for your chance to win a free live intuitive reading, so make sure you do that because there are only going to be 2 more episodes after today of Monday Messages where you get a chance to win a free live intuitive reading. Monday Messages isn't going anywhere. Don't freak out. It's just going to switch gears and be more of a universal message and guidance for everyone for the week. And then if you want your Monday mini messages, those are going to be guaranteed to you starting on March 18th with something called Monday Minis. I'm going to put a link down here in the comments where you can check out the info about Monday Minis and make sure that you mark your calendar so that you can get your mini readings starting on March 18th. I love you guys so much. Thanks for tuning in, whether you watched live or later. Remember, keep your eyes open for that big, ginormous gift that is coming your way very soon. And if you recognize it and know what it is, would you shout out and let me know what your gift was? Because I can't wait to find out. Have a beautiful rest of your Monday. I'm going to see you again very soon. And oh, hey, right before I jump off, if you want to see some of my adventures in Hawaii at the Wanderlust Festival, make sure you follow me on Instagram at lightworker_Kathy and check out my stories because that's where I'm going to be putting some of the stuff that I'm up to over there. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I love you so much. Namaste. Bye. See you soon. Love you.